As you just saw, we received many responses to our story earlier this week on PTSD Awareness Day. And tonight we wanted to take some time to share a very personal perspective. Matt Cleveland is a combat veteran with PTSD who says the story came during a critical time of year. And he's got plenty of reasons why. The first thing you should know about these yard signs in Lakeville is that the veteran they belong to,
something that nobody wants,
wishes he didn't need them.
I'm not gonna lie, it's something I fight with every single day.
Matt Cleveland's fight began 10 years ago. When did you first notice signs of PTSD?
I would say after my first deployment.
Matt served in the Army, rising to a rank of Staff Sergeant, responsible for recovery during the war in Iraq.
Recovery is anything that can't make it back on its own power or its own 2 feet. We would get called up to go retrieve and bring back to the base.
You were seeing the worst of the worst.
Unfortunately, yep.
During his second tour, Matt was driving this truck when suddenly he was the one in need of recovery.
The Air Force that did the explosive says there was at least an 800-pound IED that we hit.
But you walked away?
Yep. Yep. They're about a 68-ton truck, but that IED demolished that truck and shook us up real good.
But not enough to keep him from a third tour. What happened on the third?
I was on a recovery mission, and there was a semi that jackknifed on a bridge that we controlled. And as soon as I stopped and started getting chains out to hook up to pull them off, they started lobbing mortars in on us.
The mortars hit the semi, and a piece of the semi hit Matt from behind.
I have 6 collapsed vertebrae in my lower back.
Though a medical discharge put an end to Matt's service, his fight continues, especially during this time of year.
By far, 4th of July is the hardest, just because on one of my tours in one day, we got rocketed and mortared 78 times in one day. The first couple of years, I would have to take medication and pretty much hide in my basement just not to hear the sound.
Matt says his girlfriend Kelsey helped encourage him to stop hiding and seek help. And that's where the signs came in.
Last year was the first time doing it, and unfortunately it didn't end in a good note.
You see, a week after putting up 2 homemade signs, Matt woke up to find this.
They were ripped up and sitting on my front doorstep. I think I had everything going through me, from anger to confusion. I couldn't believe someone in the community would do that.
Kelsey shared that frustration on Facebook, and that's when they learned the community shared it too, more than 25,000 times.
I just got goosebumps and chills knowing that there is people out there that do support the military and care about veterans and trying to help veterans out.
And if you're one of those people who supports his fight, Matt says he's not asking you to stop your celebration. He's just asking for a warning.
As long as I know about it and kind of can anticipate, all right, there's gonna be some loud booms close by, then I'm not gonna be so easily triggered.
And that's the last thing you should know about these signs. Matt hopes courtesy sparks conversation.
Because it's not just for me, it's for everyone before me and everyone that's in the military that's gonna be getting out of the military that is gonna need that support and that help.
Now, I wanted to illustrate the power of that conversation. When we were there today shooting video of his signs, a neighbor came up, asked us what we were doing there, became very interested, said one of the other neighbors was planning to do something and said they'll be coming to talk. And it was just powerful just being there and seeing that and having that conversation.
The hard thing about watching that is the irony of it all. He's one of the people that put his life on the line to fight for our freedom, and on the day we celebrate that very freedom, he's terrified.
He is, and like he
That's
said,
so sad.
It's not that he doesn't want people to celebrate. He doesn't have a problem with people wanting to shoot off fireworks. It's just that respect and including him and having that conversation, especially if you're putting the sign up there.
Right.
He's welcoming that.
I remember people talking about that last year, and you guys both said something during the piece where you showed what happened to his signs. And that I actually saw people saying, well, I can't shoot off fireworks now? What kind of country is this? That we can't even have a conversation. Like, he's not asking you to not celebrate, he's asking you to talk about it.
Just be courteous
Yeah.
about it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hope that message gets spread wide and far, and we appreciate you doing the story. We appreciate him talking about it, because I know that's probably not easy all the time, too, to relive that sort of thing.
Yeah, he's a brave man.
Thank you, Kent. We'll be right back.